Welcome back, Lovestylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about the #1 superfood in the world, on the planet, which is meat, or protein if you prefer a different language. Now, those of us on a meat-based lifestyle or a carnivore diet, or even some ketoers out there, we understand, most of us, that meat is the most nutrient dense. It is protein, not to be confused with protein that they put in shakes, the powdered protein, the artificial version of protein. Meat is always going to be the most nutrient dense and the best for your body. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you here at Lovestyle. Welcome all new subscribers. Welcome home, guys. You're here. So stick with me this year if you want to stay on track on your diet, on living a low-carb lifestyle, on some little changes we can make, little pivots, a little at a time, guys. This is possible. I'm living it, and I'm loving my life now. So I got off of alcohol. I was an alcoholic, and a few years ago, I started doing a low-carb lifestyle, which made me get rid of the alcohol, because you can't really be a low-carber, lose weight, clean up your health, and clear your liver and your gut like I'm trying to do if you include alcohol as part of your diet. So I have a lot of alcohol videos, guys. Check them out in the playlists. But I also healed eczema, and I lost 55 pounds. And I also got rid of my high blood pressure and got off my meds, which I'm very proud of, that last one especially. So guys, I did keto, and I moved over to carnivore because I found that things happen a lot easier and faster for me. Now that's just my personality. I like to cut through the BS sometimes. And if being on keto is great for you, that's wonderful. But if you wanted to do more of a keto 2.0 version of the diet, adding more protein or meat in your life can help you get to your goals even faster. So there's a lot of confusion about protein because you have the protein powders, the protein shakes, and it's not the same thing as meat. And meat is also protein. It's from an animal. It's easier to accept the word protein because when we talk about eating meat, I think there's something that people don't like about the word meat. It makes us think of carnal things. And it's the most nutritious for our bodies because it has all of the minerals and nutrients we need. And it's the most nutrient dense, guys. That means it packs a punch. There is never going to be a vegetable that can compare to a piece of meat. So for myself, guys, I do a 90% meat-based lifestyle. That means 90% of the time I'm eating meat, dairy, and eggs. The other 10% of the time, I consume other foods occasionally. I had some fries this year on my birthday because that's my favorite food. They were okay. I don't know if they were worth the cheat, but I had something off plan. And you know what? It sets you back a little bit, so I don't recommend it. But you can live a very balanced lifestyle, balancing a little keto in there. Having a keto treat now and then kind of helps you balance out the monotony. If you want to make things fun, you can do what we did last night. We had a carnivore crab fest right downstairs in the kitchen. And maybe we can put a shot here, because I took it with my cell phone, of how fun this can actually be. You may have to get a little creative. If things are boring when you're eating mostly meat most of the time, you can have dairy and you can have eggs. So let's talk about the confusion for a moment. I think the reason that people really don't understand that meat is protein is because of society. The modern society we live in, and we have lived in the past umpteen years, however old you are, pretty much we're watching media, we're watching TV commercials back in the day, trying to promote the health of cereal, for example. That's the biggest one that pops into my head, for protein being the basis of what they would promote on the cereal box. High in protein. Now, this kind of protein is artificial protein, guys. It's fake protein compared to meat. So they use powders in protein shakes. And these powders have all kinds of ingredients. I did my research here, guys, and I'm going to name some of the things that are included in the protein shake you may be having. You think you're doing so great on your diet, you're drinking a protein shake instead of eating a crappy meal, which is maybe a step in the right direction. But is it really that healthy for you? We have to ask ourselves these questions. So I might look at my notes here, guys, because I don't have the greatest memory. I'm still working on my memory, and carnivore helps a lot. But I'm going to look to the left here. So when it comes to protein shakes, it's plant powders made from soybeans, peas, rice, potatoes. And so far, guys, this is not low carb. If we're getting our sources from these things, hemp, eggs, milk, a little bit better there. There's casein in it, which you have to be careful of casein, and includes added sugars a lot of the times, added sweeteners, and artificial flavoring, thickeners, emulsifiers that contain toxins. This is actually coming out now as more of a thing that we sort of know, but it's been hidden for years because compared to a Twinkie, drinking a protein shake is probably better for you. Now, I don't know if there's much proof in writing about this, but it's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. So using protein powders, protein shakes, protein bars, these things can, I would say, assist you on your way to better health until you can get to your goals, until you can start to understand nutrition a little bit more, leading a low-carb lifestyle or going keto or carnivore, for example. We don't know what these protein powders do to our bodies long term. And so that's something that I'm very, very much aware of. Now, have I had some protein shakes? Of course I have. They taste like a chocolate shake. And that's how they get you guys. If it tastes too good to be true, it probably is. And that's something I use to kind of guide my emotions, because I can very, very easily drink a protein shake and treat it as an addiction. So protein powders are artificial, they are fake, they are made from vegetables if they're the better type, but they are not real food. Now, humans are real animals, and we are not quite androids yet. No matter how much the world around us is trying to make us into an android, we're not there yet, guys. I was very surprised to find out all of this stuff about protein powders and protein shakes. And using them as a dietary supplement is sometimes necessary. But getting off of them is very, very important, because you want to start weaning down from them if you're addicted to them. Or if you need them for a medical type of reason, remember that it's temporary. This is not real food. It's a little sustenance, if I'm saying that right, but doing this naturally is always going to be better for your body. You know, they use colors, flavors. It's always chocolatey and good, or has a strawberry taste that just tastes like strawberry milk, like the quick strawberry milk that you can buy. This is for a reason. It's to sell a product. So it's not your fault. You are not a bad person if you consume protein shakes or powders. But I want you to consider these things today because it is the truth. Now let's talk about meat protein. The word meat does not sound all that pretty. I don't know if it makes us think of fat when you got a lot of meat on your bones. Some of these things that we relate meat to on National Geographic, animals killing other animals. I understand why people don't like the idea of meat. And to be honest, I'm not crazy about it either. But when it comes to my health, and when it comes to our health as a species on this planet, we are mammals. And we eat meat. And this is natural. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is the proper human diet, as Dr. Berry puts it. And I love this. And he is one of my favorites, guys. Binge on Dr. Berry's videos. He is so intelligent. He is so blunt. I love this guy. He's the best. Just think about the earth for a minute, guys. Meat is the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Think about being an astronaut way up in space, looking at the entire planet for a minute. Just take a second and realizing the most nutrient-dense food on the planet for human consumption and for us is meat. I know it's a very big picture. I tend to be big picture, but this is the way it is. And facing this today and realizing it's okay, it's natural, it's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way we were born. Kind of let you off the hook a little bit. This is ancestral. We try to be peaceful, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Vegan. I'm a vegan. Well, I'm a vegetarian. Well, I'm a fruitarian. Well, I'm a breatharian. Well, I'm a carnivore, and I'm okay with it. So because we are heavily influenced by our environment, which is nothing to be ashamed of either, we can still carry a healthy awareness of what we're putting in our bodies. Lately, I've been really enjoying doing OMADs, 1 meal a day, strict carnivore, just meat and eggs and a tiny bit of cheese here and there. And I'm loving it. On carnivore, you really see it more as body composition changes and cellulite reduction. But carnivores do not gain it back. And you can look and check up on some carnivores. They don't gain it back. Now, with keto, you see a little bit of a different story in other diets where even people who have YouTube channels gain the weight back. Look, you guys will see I'm right. And I wish I could tell them to try more meat in their life, more protein, more nutrient density. If it stays off permanently, I'm in. So if you never thought about adding more protein in your life, I want you to consider this today. Like, for example, the meals I've been really enjoying this week are very strict carnivore for me. And so that's like butter, meat. I've been doing some salmon, bacon cheeseburgers with no bun, of course. Oh, and I've been doing a ton of eggs this week. Hard-boiled eggs before my meal like a snack is perfect. But then I even allow a dessert. If you want a little sweet as a carnivore dessert to cleanse your palate, try this. Get some plain pork rinds. Mix up a little water, a little heavy cream, a drop of vanilla, put some cinnamon on there, and make a cereal with this. I'm telling you, you have to add a little stevia if you want it to be a little bit sweet, but not very much. I'm telling you, this is a carnivore dessert to die for. A couple quick tips before I go, guys. If you make a vat or like 8 hard-boiled eggs at the beginning of the week, and you keep them around in your fridge, and you consume 1 to 2 hard-boiled eggs before you eat your meal, which I hope is meat-based, mostly, and nutrient-dense, mostly, you will feel full. The idea of eating a ton of meat is not really everybody's favorite idea. And even I struggle with it. So having a couple of eggs first, before I have my bunless burger with some bacon on there, helps a great deal. Another tip is consuming butter with your meats and also making extra bacon and keeping that in the fridge for the week will make you feel more satiated if you can't always eat a big piece of meat. Sometimes eating bacon seems like more of a fun snack. We want to thank you for tuning in to Lovestyle today and listening to our music. We are Black Eyed Soul. Andrew and I record right here in this room. Go to blackeyedsoul.com or anywhere you find free streaming music. We are there. If you guys have any questions at all, I'm a very open person. I love interacting with you. Also send this to somebody who it may benefit. And my truth bomb today is, if you eat a carnivore diet, a meat-heavy keto diet, nutrient-dense, lots of meat, you are a cut above the rest because you have figured out the secret. But this secret is actually very, very old and not a secret at all. It's ancestral, it's natural. There are many other mammals practicing this because they instinctively know this is the way to give their body the best results. We as Americans or human animals have been seduced by the society, the media, and the environment around us in such a way where we might have gotten too far off track. Our health is first in our life. You don't want to end up regretting these decisions that can add up to bad health. Stay on track with me, guys. Check me out in the playlists to find videos easier. I have a lot of good stuff, and I want to share this with you because we can do this together, and I would love nothing more. Thank you for tuning into Lovestyle today. We'll see you next time. Peace out.